So he got on the floor last night. You can't fool the players. Tyrese Maxey went right after him and cooked him. And it's just amazing. In the NFL, media, coaches, fans, anybody, you can have real grown-up conversations. You can hold players accountable. There's no walking on eggshells. There's a way to measure success. In the NBA, you have to pretend that Bronny's an NBA player because otherwise you'll upset the king. So he has a good G League game. Guys go off in G League all the time. Doesn't mean anything. And they get him to the Lakers, and they want to play him. And remember, he is a 6'2 guard that's a non-point guard. I've never seen that existing in the current NBA. And go back 20 years. To be a 2 guard, 6'4.5" minimum, got to be able to shoot some, be a playmaker some. He's 6'2", got cooked on defense, and has not scored in 38 minutes on the floor. 38 minutes as a pro is the last time he got a basket. But J.J. Redick, instead of just being honest, pandered. Here he is.
Maybe put him in a tough spot, flying up yesterday and, nationally televised game and Philly and all that stuff. It's, he didn't play well, but he's been playing great, in the stay ready games, and he's been playing great in the G. So I have confidence in him.
You did not put him in a tough spot. He is 1 for 16 in the NBA from the floor, 0 for 7 on threes, and can't be a point guard, and got cooked defensively. Let's just be totally honest about this. He's a 6'2 guard that can't shoot in a league where 7'4" guys can. He's not an NBA player. He was not a great high school player. He was a good high school player. He wasn't a good college player. He was a college player. And he's not an NBA player. And he may be a great kid. I'm sure he is. LeBron's a nice guy. I've met him. But this is what gets me. 57 million people watch the NFL this weekend. It's tough men, emotionally and physically, that you can have real conversations with. Can we stop pretending on this? Come on, let's just stop pretending. This was not a tough spot. Tyrese Maxey's a great player and cooked him.
Yeah. I mean, kudos to Colin for having the courage to just straight up say this. Because it does come with at a, not necessarily a reputational cost, but a loose professional cost. When you're someone in Colin's position to call out someone's son like LeBron, because LeBron is powerful, obviously, and calling out the Lakers and J.J. Redick because he wants to be able to have access to that. He would love to be able to have LeBron come on his show and all of that type of stuff. So make no mistake about it, Colin coming in this hard like this is not an easy thing to do. It's really not. It's really not. Especially because we know that LeBron James' army is massive. It's massive. But everything he's saying is correct. I mean, it really is. I don't want to get too lost in the box score because it's obviously not good. 0 points, 0 for 5 on field goals, 3 turnovers in 15 minutes. That's almost as bad as it can get, quite frankly. And so, but those games can happen to anyone in a lot of ways. That's why I just don't want to do it. That's why you got to kind of see how it unfolded and how it did. But then to pretend because you played good in the G League means that you're now going to be good in the NBA, right? We see G Leaguers ball out all the time. Or then now try to pretend it was a tough spot against the 76ers, right? Because the 76ers are this juggernaut of a team right now, right? Come on. A nationally televised game, right. The lights are too bright for a LeBron James family member. Bronny has been around here his entire life. Come on. That's just absurd. And even hearing J.J. Redick, he's so disinterested in it. Because in a lot of ways, J.J. Redick is a no-nonsense guy who's now forced to have nonsense discussions. And so he was just kind of yeah, played great. Maybe I rushed him too much, blah, blah, blah. And it's just okay. If you're a Lakers fan, honestly, and this is what I said too, before this all even unfolded, again, credit to LeBron as a father for making this happen. And I do not blame LeBron one bit from a father perspective to be able to do that, to take care of your son, take care of your family, to put him in a position to succeed. and just even make his own his own income at a high level. Even though, like, obviously I'm sure LeBron would be like, here's $100 million, go be you. But regardless, like, still empowers him to be his own person, I think is awesome. And again, hat tip to LeBron. Absolutely. But in terms of obviously like basketball, again, if you're a Lakers fan, like, this is obnoxious. No matter how much, if you're a LeBron James fan, no matter how much you love LeBron, this is not it. You know it. You got AD complaining, saying, hey, man, I need more help. We can do some stuff. We're real contenders. And then the answer is like, all right, let's bring up Bronny. Come on. And even if this was just like a one-off or a two-off, like, it's still not what championship teams do. It's just not. And it deters away from everything that you're trying to achieve. And I promise you, this upsets the locker room. It makes everyone else's job harder. The coaching staff, the players, the trainers, everybody. Nobody really wants that. Nobody wants to be part of LeBron James's just, heartfelt story. That's not what they're there for. It's just not. So this impacts the team in more ways than I think meets the eye. More than just wins and losses. So, yeah. And again, it's you only see this with like a Bronny James. And LeBron James' son. And this whole idea, like, having him play well in the G League and then just saying, okay, we're going to put him in the NBA. It's like those guys who are really good at rec ball, and they say, this player is trash, and you get like a 45-year-old retired NBA player who was never that special, but then he goes plays them one-on-one and just dominates them. Because it's like, dude, being a pro is still being a pro. The last guy on the bench, the guy that never gets any playing time at all, the guy who's maybe seen a total of like 3 minutes in the entire season, would still absolutely dominate in any league below the NBA. Dominate. That's how this works. That's why these basketball players get paid as much money as they get paid. Because there's only so many great players, of them. There's only so many greatness around to go. But basketball is the one sport, more than football, more than soccer, more than baseball, because I think, we all grew up playing it so much, playing pickleball, whether we played in college, rec, wherever, high school. There's always that feeling of like, yeah, man, I can hang, I can ball. And it's like, no, you can't. Unless you've really been around guys like this, it's just different, man. It's just different. I've been humbled many times. I'm like, all right, I got this. And it's like, nope. I am not at that level, man. I am not at that level. And so, right, you can't fake it. You can't fake the NBA. You just can't. It was like when they tried to make Tim Tebow a tight end. They're like, oh, he's a big, strong guy. He's played football his whole life. He can do it. It's like, nope. No, he cannot. No, he cannot. And that's what we're trying to do with Bronny now. Trying to force his way into being in the NBA. And it's like, come on. And a lot of people gave pushback for this, and they said, oh, you're just being a hater. You're just being biased. This is the way it works. And even Colin Cowherd defended it. This is what people do in Harvard, and no one complains. And it's like, yes, they are complaining about it. And yet all the other people in the media be like, oh, nepotism is everywhere. Why you only care when it's about LeBron James and his son? And I made a whole bunch of breakdowns of it. Sports is the great equalizer. You can't fake it. You can't fake it. I could be the richest man in the world. I could be the most charismatic, the most powerful man in the world. We could do diversity hires, doesn't matter, whatever we want to do. If I step on that court and I can't play, I'm exposed immediately. Immediately. You either ball or you can't. It's that simple. It's that straightforward. You either ball or you can't. And I'm not going to say like, oh, Bronny James is nothing and he never will be something, because I have no idea. It doesn't seem like it. Like Colin is trying to firmly plant he is not an NBA player. I'm more firmly trying to plant that this is just bad business. This is bad business, bad game planning, bad Lakers, bad management of the Lakers, whether you want to say coaches, whatever. It's just bad. When I say business, I mean like business in terms of like how to win basketball games and be a contender. That's what it's about. If I'm a Los Angeles Lakers fan, I'm like, this is absolute nonsense. I'm not here to watch LeBron James live out his dream of playing basketball with his son. Okay? I'm here to have my team win. That's what I'm out here to do. And instead I get this. And then I have a coach lie to me. Telling me like, oh, I put him in a tough situation, blah, blah. No. Stop. Just stop. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Bronny playing? Are the Lakers giving him too much runway? Like, is that even a question? The answer is obvious. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.